guys, welcome back to Prep Talk on Prepping in Progress. Today we are going to answer a couple of listener viewer questions, and you're going to have some extra noise going on because I've got the radio on and I've got the computer on to monitor some frequencies. So, sorry for the distraction, but we're going to try to have some fun and listen into some conversations while we're having our conversation. So stay with me. As usual, we're going to start with prayer. So, if you are able, bow your heads. Father, today we've got to thank you. And we want to say thank you for Brandon and his miraculous healing and how the skin grafts are taking and that he's home with his family and how his recovery is progressing. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Father. Thank you for being with Mike and with his entire family throughout this. Keep them in your hands. Hold them close. Amen. I'm going to leave a link up above for Mike's latest update video. Brandon is doing much better, and I want you guys to know just how much your prayers make a difference. And Mike's going to tell you that on his video. So there's that. In the comments, we had a couple of people ask some very good questions. And I don't know if you can hear the voice. He's trying to reach Slovenia. And I cannot tell if that is the Slovenian operator or the American operator. It could be either one. Pennsylvania Prepper threw out the question that he really wants to get into ham radio, but how do you study? I've mentioned Roy Watson's apps before, and I'm going to throw them up again and let you actually see what the opening page on Google Play looks like. So you will know the exact name and icon for that app. It's called Ham Radio Exam, and your first one will be Tech. The next would be General. The next after that would be Extra. I recommend
Whiskey 1 Bravo, Italy, Quebec. Whiskey 1 Bravo, Italy, Quebec.
Whiskey 1 Bravo, Italy, Quebec. Interesting. So that's the operator trying to reach the operator in Slovenia. But I'm going to throw up an image for the Ham Radio Exam Tech by Roy Watson. I used this particular app almost exclusively while I was training for my technician license. It is a good app. It includes all the study questions you're going to reach, and all of these questions are the test questions. Another one that I use is called Ham Test Prep. It's by the iversoft.com, and it has, I believe, all 3 levels of license within the single app. Both of these apps are free. They do contain ads, so you either have to sit through the ad or hit the X button periodically and get rid of the ad, but it's a free resource. So, other hams are probably going to crucify me for this, but I'm just going to come out and say it. Go ahead and just learn the test questions. I mean, it's a fairly substantial question pool, but if you just keep playing the game, make it into a game running through the review questions until you're getting 100% correct, and then move on. And then when you start taking the practice tests until you get an 80% correct every time you take it, you're going to pass the test. Yes, I will say get the ARRL textbook. Read it once. Go ahead, read it once, and get the material down. Between knowing the answers for the test questions, get your license, get on the air, and the hams in your area will help you. Find a local ham club, join up, hang out with them, tell them you're getting your license, tell them you're studying. Those guys will Elmer you, as they call it. They will mentor you. But for study, those two apps are my favorite. Now, what we're listening to here, you just heard two different call signs come out on the air. Those guys are trying to reach S51DX, who is, the name is Janez Salark, and he is in Slovenia. Apparently these guys are trying to pick up Slovenia as a country on their logbooks, probably for, it's a status thing. We like to collect countries. We like to make new contacts. Now, these are extra class operators who are, going internationally. So, it happens. Get your extra class, go all the way. The only downside, really, for a prepper is if you want to be totally off the map. In order to get an FCC license, you have to have an address, and I'm not sure if you can use a P.O. box or not. That would be the one thing that, as a preparedness-minded person, you need to keep in mind. So, as I've been talking, I've been throwing up images of the apps and what they look like. We're going to, this is a really short video. We're going to take a quick look at another comment. YouTuber by the name of James Swain asked, in the Houston area, are there any resources? James, KTYARS.com, KATYARS.com is a radio club in the area. It's a little to the west of Houston in one of the suburbs. Or within Houston, there is the Southeast Texas Amateur Club. Their phone number is 832-687-2906. I spoke with a member of the club yesterday afternoon, and he would love to get in touch with you. He would love to help you work on your license. So those are some resources in the Houston, Texas area open to you. And that's another thing. Let's discuss my biggest gripe with preppers. I don't need a license in the end of the world. FCC's not going to come looking for me. Okay, cool. I keep saying that. Here's the deal. When I made this call, I gave my first name, my last name, and then my call sign. Immediately they knew that I was a ham. And then I politely asked, am I speaking to the Southeast Texas Amateur Club? Well, yes, you are. I said, okay, I run a small YouTube channel. I have viewers who are interested in getting into ham radio. Can I give out your contact information? Yeah, sure. You know, the gentleman from west of Houston, he said no because while his number is on the um, contacts, he's pulling back from the club. He's got other things to do. And he referred me to the website to get you a resource, or to get James a resource. My call sign was a ticket in. Being able to give my call sign says, I've taken the time to get a license. I'm looking to share ham radio information with someone in your area. I'm trying to help others get into the hobby and to learn. They can go to qrz.com, arrl.com, type in the call sign I gave them. They will have my name, my class level, and the address of one of my stations, or the address that I gave the FCC. Now, whether I've moved since then or that was a slightly moved away address, that's there. So, getting your license, while you may not need it at the end of the world, like they said on the old Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, I've got a golden ticket. It's a ticket into the club. It's a ticket to gain resources for other people. Now, if you're just in this for yourself, okay, fine. But if you're in this for yourself and other preppers, get the license. It's not that hard. It's a great community that augments your preps. And you'd be surprised at how many people in the ham radio community are preparedness minded like us. So we've talked licensing. We've talked about my biggest gripe with preppers. I would like to throw out some other resources for you. Many hams operate with disaster relief, disaster communications during hurricanes, as well as passing intelligence along across the country, and even drilling on the possibility of an SHTF event and how to pass information along. Many localized groups are beginning to come together and formalize frequencies, dates, times, plans for communication. I'm going to throw out a couple here. The Homestead Signal Corps is a local group in Arkansas, more of a group of hams who are prepared minded and who want to advance the hobby. The Amaron Corps is a group out of the American Redoubt that are a little more SHTF minded. They follow the James Wesley Rawls mindset of pulling back into the redoubt and bad things are coming. Look into your local group. I'm throwing up a couple of images. The Channel 3 project is something that Amron advocates and is, you can see exactly what it is. So, these are some options. I'm going to say that the way Amron is trying to organize, you have your non-hams who use your FRS radios on Channel 3 and your CB Channel 3, and they gather information and then put it up to a ham, say even just a technician. The technician takes the information, passes it up to a general or an extra, and an extra can send it across the country. That's a vague idea of some of the structure that they have put out that they're trying to do. So you have these different organizations. You have ours. You have your state has its own ham emergency group. Well, maybe not you, California, but I guarantee you that your hams are still ready, willing, and able to help. So, thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.